Alright, guys, my name is Zach. I am a trader with Investor Atlas. That is my company. I want to show you kind of how I find stocks that are about to break out. It's a very general overview, nothing super in depth, but just kind of give you an idea of what I do day to day. So let's get started. We're going to start out with the indices first. So the first one we always check, well, I always check, is the S&P 500. Right now, we're about at all-time highs. We broke that yesterday, consolidating under 394. This is a big level because we're pretty extended right now, so I'm kind of risk off, taking a few of my positions into profit, downsizing a little bit. Next one I'm going to check is the Dow Jones, DIA, which is the Diamonds ETF. This thing is just going off the chain. Now, this is only indexing 30 of the largest companies in the stock market, which isn't a great barometer of the entire stock market. But it's good to kind of see how those companies are doing. It's a good indicator of, where they stand. And usually when bigger companies are doing great, the economy is kind of trailing behind. So, not a bad thing to have. So, next one, I'm going to check small caps, which is IWM. This is the Russell 2000. We're just hitting highs today, broke a new all-time high, but we're pretty extended. So, probably on Monday, we're going to have a pullback. So, this is telling me don't add any positions today, kind of wait for this pullback to happen, and then adjust where needed. So, I'm going to take off a lot of positions today, but kind of know we'll reset probably midweek next week when this thing calms down a little bit. You can't have anything just go straight up like that. All right, so what I scan through every week is about 2,500 to 3,000 individual stocks. I don't filter it by anything other than volume and price. So price is king. So my volume is going to be about 500,000 over the last 90 days, which is the average. So this is tradingview.com, by the way. It's a great program to use for charting. Makes it easier for me to chart. I can keep everything in one place. I don't place trades on this platform. This is strictly for charting principles. So what I'll do is I'll cycle this through volume, if it wants to type for me today. And then on the 90-day average volume, I'm going to move that up to 500,000. Boom. Already right there, we cut our stocks in half. We want stocks that have enough liquidity that we can get in and out of them quickly if we'd like to. Next thing I'm going to do is price. Actually, that's going to be last because price isn't a indicator. So with price, I'm not a penny stock trader, so I don't trade anything under about $10, $15. I'll sometimes trade $15 stocks if they have enough fundamentals to them, but they usually don't work out for me. I found that the larger cap stocks move more consistently than the smaller cap stocks. I've known people that make a lot of money trading penny stocks, but I'm just not one of them. So we're going to do this by 15 as our above or at filter. So now that we have those filters determined, this gives us about 2,800, 2,900 stocks to filter through. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to filter this by market cap. So we'll have the largest companies on top down to the smallest. And it's as easy as just clicking on the first one and just moving down the list and just seeing what technical setups you have available. I will do this every weekend. I will go through all 2,900 charts just to make sure I'm not missing any trades. Now, on top of that, what it helps you do is give you a better outlook of the overall market. So the indices may be up, but some of these big tech leaders may be down, or you might take a look at rates and these other stocks might be, going in a different direction than you'd assume, or see the other market going. So moving through this many charts and really doing your homework on them really helps you understand the full picture. A lot of people don't want to do that work, but those people aren't being successful. Those people aren't going to succeed. So do the work, go through every chart, and see what is working. Okay? After that, I already have a few stocks right here. So I'll show you some that I'm in right now, which is ASH, which broke out over the past 3 days. I got in around 86.25, I believe. And then I just took this for a 2-to-1, and I am actually sitting in profit right now with my stop loss. I'm just going to let it ride for as long as possible. Where it stops me out, it doesn't matter. So what I'm looking for are stocks that are in the upper right-hand corner of their charts, so they are in a long-term positive uptrend. I don't want anything in the lower right corner. I don't want anything just moving sideways in the middle of the chart. That's not going to make me money. It's not going to do anything for me. So if we go out on the weekly time frame here, we can see this is a clear indication. This thing's moving up and right. Where do you think the price is going to go most likely? Up and right. Obviously, don't want to just gamble and buy it and see exactly where it's going to go and just hope for the best, because hope is not a strategy. What you're going to want to do, and what I do, obviously, you trade however you feel comfortable. This is how I trade. I'm not recommending you trade this way. This is just what I do. I will find a bull flag pattern or a triangle pattern such as this. This is a bull flag or triangle, you could say, where you have really good resistance right here, about 87, and you have really good support around 85. I will place a buy stop order around 86, 87, or maybe even 88, so I can get put into the stock automatically. I don't have to think about it. My stop gets triggered. Boom, I'm in the trade. After that trade triggers, I put in my stop loss. Boom, done. Easy. I know how much I'm risking. I know how much I can lose, and that's what it is. I always go into a trade thinking I'm going to lose this trade. So how much am I willing to risk? This one was only a $300, $400 risk, but already it's shown that it's paying off. I'm already positive. I should see positive profit right off the bat, within a day at least of getting into the stock. That just so I know I'm right. After the stock goes up for about a day or two, it doesn't have to go up a certain percentage or anything like that. It's just broken out at this point. I'm going to move my stop loss up to break even. What that does for me then, I don't have to worry about losing my own money. All that I'm playing with now is profit. So if it stops me out at my break even, it's like I never even took the trade to begin with. Boom. Done. After it's gone up for a few days like today, I'm going to move up my stop loss right under the low of day. The next day, I'm going to leave it there, see where it trails out to, and then if it goes up higher, I'll move my stop loss to the prior low of day again. So that means if it comes down and it stops me out, I'll still get stopped out for as much as I can. I'm not trying to catch the top. I'm not trying to pick the top. I just want to take as much profit as reasonable. So on top of that, I am in TEL. TEL is struggling a tiny bit right now, but it's still above its breakout level of where I purchased it, about $30.50. This is another one of those bull flag triangles. It's above all of its moving averages, and it's going to break out about 132. If we can get some good volume and move past 132, I could see this working out pretty well. Overall, though, I have a stop loss about 128.95 just in case it doesn't work out. I'm risking about $100, $200 on this trade, and after that, oh well, I'll move on. If it tries to retest the area, I will put another order in. So this is kind of what I look for. I'm not going to be looking for, let's say, what's a good stock that's like a penny stock, like the Topps Shipping. Yeah, I'm not looking for a stock that's this far down. Like, I'm not even going to come close to that. That's not even reasonable. How realistic is it to think that this stock is going to move higher? Like, sure, it's going to move a little bit higher short term with this kind of pattern right here, but is it ever going to reach the former glory it was at? Probably not. It's not going to happen. GameStop is a different situation. It has a lot of people behind it. For some reason, it's just continuing to move up. Those are very one-off events. Trade with a risk-first mentality, and you're not going to go wrong. Always use a stop loss. That's all I have for you guys. I will be back soon with another video to kind of go over some more stuff.